लग रहा है थोड़ा
तो आईडी कार्ड नहीं चाहिए मैंने भी कर दिया है
हाँ हो गया
चल
लास्ट वीडियो में
नेक्स्ट चैप्टर नहीं
उठा आईडी कार्ड इसमें
तीनों में वाइट
ये तो बने
next chapter is what is it? Population pollution pressure and winds no यार वो और ही कुछ रहेगा
चलो वीडियो देखा ना
कौन सा
10.1 अहमदाबाद
अहमदाबाद does not need a speaker.
ओह अरे ऐसे करें
रिहर्सल
अच्छा तो बोलना था ना मैं भी आजकल
अब बात में बोलेगा
And lead class. Party water engine. Use
अच्छा करना क्या ब्रेक तो करना ना
तो हिस्ट्री में जा सकते हैं
तो इलाज करो तो क्यों नहीं चढ़ सकते?
वो चल सकता है पब्लिक तो जा ही रहा है ना बट इट इज नॉट इजी पीपल आर
कोई
गोइंग
कुछ लोग बीच-बीच में आ जाते हैं।
हो सकता है पता है तो जाना ही नहीं है तो फिर क्यों गए ना
तो हिस्ट्री में देखो सर
अरे हिस्ट्री देखो किधर है
इस सर वो तीन टैब नीचे तीन लाइन
हाँ, स्मार्ट
यार टू
I feel like laughing at this. Then another ये देखो केव बड़ा है अभी लोग ने इसको डिस्कवर करना ये अंदर घुस जाता है रास्ता ये पार्ट कोलम में अल्सबाइन आती है अल्सबाइन हिमालय किधर से
महाराष्ट्र
हाँ वही नो सडन हिमालय His name is Praveen Mohan. What did he say? And Praveen Mohan. So surname? Why Mohan? He's a South Indian fellow, but they say he is born and brought up in US. He does a lot of archaeological studies. उसका बहुत सारे details है. So when we take about this one, pressure and winds. You remember that when I was discussing that ocean currents. Did I say what are ocean currents? That oscillatory movement. So always we say atmospheric pressure and wind as a very close connection. Do you accept this? Yeah. So what is an atmospheric pressure? A unit force, of the atmosphere on the Earth's surface, or Earth's surface or Earth's unit. Now, why this AP is so important? Normally, when I discuss AP in detail, we say AP and temperature are inversely related. What does it mean? Wherever temperature is high, AP will be low, and wherever wherever temperature is low, what will be? AP will be high. When we teach that chapter called climate, remember? We had discussed something called as ICSE. What is ICSE? Anybody? Intertropical Convergence Zone. That is the time India is having summer. Summer means what will be high? High? Either atmospheric pressure is low. Same time over Indian Ocean. Actually, a Mediterranean influence है. तो हम उतना दूर नहीं जाते. इधर से बात करते हैं. Temperature will be low. What will be high? So the winds moves from here, picks up moisture from Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal and enters India. ये हमारा southwest monsoon. Mainly because of the difference in AP and so definitely atmospheric pressure has a big influence over the winds. So normally winds move from way to way, from a region of high pressure to a region of low pressure. Sorry, from a region of low pressure to a region of high pressure. If you have studied in geography, we might have done one is cyclone, which I'll show the picture like this. And so an anticyclone. What is anticyclone? It's just opposite. The picture is like this. Here low pressure is in the center and high pressure at the outskirt. Here opposite. High pressure in the center. Which is more dangerous, cyclone or anticyclone? Cyclone is dangerous, maybe for 2 days or 3 days. Winds, gusty rains. No, anticyclone है ना? It might be for weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, even month भी चलेगा. Very light drizzle and wind ऐसा हल्का होगा. Whereas cyclones are dangerous. You name any, Katrina आया, Karina आया. But ladies का नाम रखते हैं, geographers भी चुपचाप बैठते हैं. Because of the low pressure in that ocean. जब सेंटर में low pressure रहता है और high pressure तो एक wind develop होता है जो उसको create करता है. Again, which pressure? And winds. So this is what is the entire chapter. So first thing we will be writing what is atmospheric pressure, and second is pressure gradient. Have you heard about the word pressure gradient? Important. I'm watching. For every altitude, rise and fall, there is decrease in temperature also. In certain places, the pressure gradient is very steep. The fall of the pressure is very fast. In certain places, the pressure fall and the pressure is less. So gradient ka matlab in geography it is slope, and what is pressure? With the increase or decrease in the height, what is also falling and rising? Pressure. Normally, a mountain climber you see carrying an oxygen cylinder because the temperature is low and pressure is high. So his lungs will be filled with what? Lot of dense air. So his lungs cannot breathe. Whereas in lower region, you and me are carrying oxygen cylinder. So brother, either get. We are breathing normally. So that is what we are going to study about pressure. जैसा वो chapter में factors affecting the pressure, here also we will do. चलो, right first, atmospheric pressure ये भी लिखो, short. Refers to the weight of air on unit area of the earth is called air pressure. Second line, atmospheric pressure is the force per unit area, exerted against a surface by the weight of the air above that surface. मैं आपको दोनों confusion में अभी clear करता हूँ. Weight of the air above that surface. How would I make a difference between air pressure and atmospheric pressure? हमारे पर कौन सा pressure है? Atmospheric. Decide कर रहे हैं दोनों को लेकर इसको. When Wright brothers invented aeroplane, है ना? Before to that, many people wanted to jump from a height with wings, I don't know what all the things. Finally, they landed at down. है ना? कैसा हो जाएगा ना? तो पब्लिक ने बोला ग्रेविटी है, ग्रेविटी खींचता है मेरे नीचे. ग्रेविटी कैसा देगा? और प्रेशर जो आपको और मुझे नहीं मालूम है. That is atmospheric pressure. अभी हमारा एरिया में 1 cubic meter में 199 millibar pressure डाला जाता है. What is that 199 millibar? Close to 200 MB. So if I am 5'7", weighing 67 kg here, when I go to space, I might be hardly not even 50. क्यों? उधर मेरा mass देखा जाएगा, इधर मेरा weight देखा जाएगा. What is the difference between mass and weight? Gravity. Right? Gravity तो मुझे नीचे रखता ही है. But there is a weight of atmospheric pressure on every substance, not only you and me, every substance. There was a video yesterday or day before yesterday I was watching. Astronauts coming after a long time from the space to the Earth. They are addressing a video and one person is holding a water bottle. बात करते करते छोड़ दिया उसको. उसको 6 महीने स्पेस में रहने का आदत है. क्योंकि कुछ भी छोड़े तो स्पेस में फ्लोट होता है. Here he has come, but वो उसका भाई साहब को याद है अभी मैं छोड़ूंगा तो गिरेगा नहीं. So we always believe ये मैजिक क्या है? मैजिक कुछ नहीं है. It is one unit area के ऊपर कितना force of air pressure दबाता है. उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? Atmospheric pressure. Now there is a very simple physics question. I see how many of you. When an aeroplane flies in the runway, through the runway, what makes that airplane to lift up? The speeds. Wheels. So because वो कार भी तो होना चाहिए. Thrust. किधर thrust है? कोई नीचे से थोड़ी सी दबा के छोड़ता है. नहीं. और क्या? Speed. हाँ speed. वो तो मैं भी कार को चला सकता हूँ. That by to. Somebody told wings. Wings is very important. Wings क्या करता है? The atmospheric pressure और air pressure को side में करता है. अब एक काम करो बहुत सिंपल. लेकिन मुझे एक छोटा सा piece of paper ऐसे 3 पार्ट है. Very thin. Like one. वो margin check कर सकते हैं. हाँ. ऐसा लंबा चाहिए. Now normally I'm trying to show you how does that body of that big airplane moves up. Look here. अब ये पूरा atmospheric से भरा है. I'm trying to clear that pressure. What I'm trying to do? इधर का जो प्रेशर था इस सब्सटेंस पे मैं हटा रहा हूँ. Automatically ये body that is the wings doing. If you see a chopper, what makes the chopper to lift up? It is not main turbine blade. उसका tail में एक छोटा सा कभी देखा नहीं है? That is more important. Why? वही इंजन का वो घुमाता है. अगर वो नहीं है ये बॉडी लिफ्ट नहीं है. घूमेगा ही नहीं, वो बंद हो जाएगा. So we always believe that an airplane works on this principle. तो ये जब एयर हटेगा अपने आप कितना भी बड़ा बॉडी ऊपर आता है. How about airplane's body made up of? It is made up of. Somebody told me steel. I don't know. Is it iron? Which aluminium is this? Which aluminium? गर्मी जो aluminium उससे बनता है. It is called as duralumin, high cost aluminium, and it is very light but very क्या बोलते हैं ना durable. An airplane का even color मारने का scheme भी sky के ऊपर है. Why they are putting bright white color maximum, everything. And एक छोटा सा hole भी अगर airplane में तुमने कर दिया, it can tear the airplane into two. So there are so many other things that you and me do not know. इतना बड़ा एयरप्लेन में एक छोटा सा बोर्ड जो अंदर घुस जाता था पूरा एयरप्लेन क्रैश होता था. अभी तो डबल ट्विन इंजन 12 टर्बो यूनिट डाल के लोग चलाते हैं. एक बंद होगा तो दूसरा इंजन उसको नीचे तक लेके आने के बाद पूरा काम करता है. So we always believe which is playing a bigger role on the atmospheric pressure, and what is it is creating winds. अगर atmospheric pressure if it is not low and high एक ही लेवल करेगा, what will not be created? Winds. If winds are not created, what will not happen? Climate will be the same. Will it be liked by you? What is it? So that is the connection between atmospheric pressure and winds. Chalo. Let us write the next one. Pressure gradient is decrease in pressure. Means decrease in pressure per unit distance in the direction in which pressure decreases. In the direction in which the pressure decreases most rapidly. Okay. Now write factors affecting. अभी ये मार्क करके दूंगा. आप लोग आराम से बैठ के कॉपी करना. ओए. Who is coloring the pages? Don't like this. हाँ. इतना ही तुझे है तो आजा मेरे घर पे पेंट मांगने के लिए डब्बा उधर से. स्कूल में क्या क्या नहीं करता रहेगा.
अरे सिर्फ वो आ नहीं रहा था, चेंज कर रहा हूँ.
अब तो तेरे नोटबुक में करना. व्हाट इज दैट बेंच वाटर यू डूइंग? आ नहीं रहा था तो तेरा उसको विजिल मार आएगा. And that ball and that ink line gets this one. Try to press it vertically. थोड़ा सा. You know why it is called as a ballpoint pen? हाँ. इतना सा है. कभी देखना. यहाँ देखे हाँ अंदर है. और रिफिल में अंदर इंक भरा जाता है और ये हिस्से में तो है. बॉल जब तक घूमता रहेगा तब तक वो इंक थोड़ा बाहर आता है. That is why it is called as ball point. ये सब रिसर्च हम लोगों ने पहले कर दिया. Factors affecting atmospheric pressure. अभी लिख रहा है? नहीं लिख रहा है? Give me a pencil. I'll mark all these points. It is a difficult phenomenon to control. In house, you are the only person besides your parents. Why? I'm asking.
No, I would not finish.
grandparent अभी अरे siblings कितना है वो पूछ रहा है.
Yes, sir.
You are the only one ना?
Yes.
I understood. लाड प्यार से एक ही प्यार आया है. तेरा कंपटीशन कोई नहीं है, हाँ? तेरा बहन और भाई होता तो क्या कैसा लगता है?
नहीं सर,
नहीं चाहिए.
मेरा कजिन बाद में देते तो उनको ज्यादा
प्रायोरिटी देता है.
प्रायोरिटी नहीं पर
तुझे इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं.
उनके जैसा बन.
तो बोलने का उसको इधर लाना उधर जाता है. उसके घर पे तेरा एग्जांपल देता रहेगा. तो क्या किसी?
नहीं वो बड़े हैं मुझसे.
आप फिर छोड़. बोलने का नो कंपैरिजन है ना. So whatever I'm marking, slowly understand and get the video. चलो इसके बाद हम लोग को ये टाइटल डालने का, ये लिखने का और ये डायग्राम बनाने का. This is a very fun learning. Turn the page, show the other two guys what I marked. Try to play the video also side by side.
Earth. This weight of air is called atmospheric pressure. It is measured with the help of an instrument called barometer. The normal atmospheric pressure at sea level is about 76 centimeter of the mercury column in the barometer. The pressure varies from place to place and time to time. It depends on the temperature and altitude. The pattern of pressure distribution corresponds with the temperature belts on the surface of the Earth. An area which is hot will always have rising air currents and thus will form low pressure region. In a cold region, the air is cold and heavy and descends downwards, causing high pressure in that region. Pressure belts. The variations in pressure show a pattern of major pressure belts. Equatorial low pressure belt. Equatorial area is a region of high temperature. The atmosphere heats up in this region, expands and becomes lighter. Hence, the air starts rising up, creating a low pressure belt in this region. This belt is called doldrums or the region of calm condition. There is a complete absence of surface winds. Subtropical high pressure belt. This belt extends between 30° and 35° latitudes in both the hemispheres. Here, the winds are comparatively dry and calm. This is a zone of descending winds. The descending air starts to pile up and collects near the tropics, creating a high pressure belt. This belt is also called the horse latitude. Subpolar low pressure belt. This belt extends around 60° latitude in both the hemispheres. The rotation of the Earth causes low density by swinging the air in the direction of the equator. This results in partial vacuum, creating a low pressure belt. Here, the air column is so thin that the air can hardly exert any pressure. Polar high pressure belts. Around the two poles, the temperature remains low and thus a permanent high pressure develops over the poles. They are called polar high pressure belts. All these pressure belts are not permanent in character. They keep shifting to the north and south with the movement of the sun. It is the temperature which controls the pressure belts. When the sun moves from one tropic to another, the pressure belts also do the same. This is called shifting of the pressure belts. Wind system. When hot air rises and creates a region of low pressure, cold air from neighboring high pressure areas moves towards low pressure areas. This horizontal movement of air is called wind. The instrument used for recording the direction of wind is called wind vane. The speed of wind depends on the pressure differences between two regions. When the difference is high, the wind rushes from the high pressure region to the low pressure region at a great speed, as in a storm. The speed of wind can be measured with the help of an instrument called an anemometer. Winds can be broadly classified as permanent winds and local winds. Permanent winds. These are the winds which blow throughout the year in a particular direction and over a particular region. They are also called prevailing winds or planetary winds. They are of these types. Trade winds. They tend to blow from high pressure to the low pressure area, but they are deflected to the right in the northern hemisphere and to the left in the southern hemisphere. So, the trade winds blow from subtropical high pressure belts towards equatorial low pressure belts. In the northern hemisphere, their direction is northeast, and in the southern hemisphere, their direction is southeast. East being the common direction, they are also known as easterlies. In olden days, they were helpful for traders. That is why they are called trade winds. Anti-trade winds. They tend to blow in the opposite direction of trade winds. They blow from subtropical high pressure belt towards the subtropical low pressure belt. Their direction is southwest in the southern hemisphere and northwest in the northern hemisphere. West being the common direction, they are also called westerlies. Polar winds. They blow from the poles towards the subpolar low pressure belt. Their direction is the same as that of trade winds. That is why they are also known as polar easterlies. Local winds. Winds that arise due to any local or regional changes in the temperature and pressure are known as local winds. They affect small areas over a shorter period of time. Some local winds like monsoons, land and sea breezes are periodic. They are also called seasonal winds. Monsoon winds. The word monsoon is derived from Arabic word mosem, meaning season. They blow from sea towards landmass in one season, and then from land towards sea in the other season of the year. The complete reversal of these winds is their characteristic feature. During summers, the land mass heats up rapidly, and an intense low-pressure area develops over Central Asia, which attracts the winds from the high-pressure area. As a result, the southeast trade winds cross the equator and bring heavy rainfall to the large parts of Asia. These are known as summer monsoons. During winter season, the land mass becomes cooler and the pressure over Central Asia becomes high. From this high pressure area, the winds blow towards the equatorial low pressure area in the northeast direction. These are known as winter monsoons. Sea and land breezes. Water takes longer than land to get heated and cool down. During the day, the land becomes hotter than the sea. The air above the land becomes hot and rises, leading to a low pressure over the land. Since the air above the sea is cooler, the pressure above the sea is higher. So, the cooler air from the sea moves towards the land during the daytime. This is called sea breeze, which brings down the temperature in coastal areas during the day. At night, the land cools down much faster than the sea. The air above the sea is warmer and lighter. The warm air above the sea rises. So, the pressure above the sea is lower than the pressure above the land. Therefore, air from land blows out towards sea. This is known as land breeze. Local winds. Some winds with special characteristics blow over limited areas and have local significance. They have different names in different parts of the world. Lu. It is a hot and dry wind which blows over the plains of North India during summers. Chinook. It is a warm and dry wind which blows over the eastern side of the Rocky Mountains in North America. It is also known as snow eater. Fohn. Similar to Chinook, it blows down the southern flanks of the Alps during winters. It helps in ripening of grapes in southern Europe. Cyclonic winds. These are irregular winds of short duration. They are caused by the pressure systems called cyclones and anticyclones. A cyclone is an intense vortex or a whirl in the atmosphere with wind circling around it in anti-clockwise direction in the northern hemisphere and clockwise direction in the southern hemisphere. The center of a cyclone is a low pressure area with steep barometric gradient. In a cyclone, the wind blows at a speed of 150 to 250 km per hour. Indian subcontinent is often hit by cyclones. The cyclones hit the Arabian Sea coast as well as the Bay of Bengal. The states of West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu along the Bay of Bengal and Gujarat and Maharashtra on the Arabian Sea coast are most vulnerable to cyclones. Super Cyclone 1999. A severe cyclone hit Odisha on 29 October 1999 with a wind speed of nearly 300 km per hour and incessant rains that lasted for about 48 hours. The region hit by cyclone was inhabited by poor fishermen who lived in thatched huts. Their homes were destroyed by the strong winds and the flowing floods. More than 10,000 people were killed and 15 million people were left homeless. Vast areas of farmland were flooded, causing damage to the standing crops. This was perhaps the most destructive cyclone in India in this century. Trivia. Wind is powered by the sun. In fact, all renewable forms of energy and even energy in fossil fuels ultimately comes from the sun. Humidity, rainfall, and hydrosphere. On Earth,
Chalo, let's continue our notes. Now we have to go with that. Wait. Don't draw, don't write. Let me explain here. When you look at this globe very carefully, now we have arrows which are moving up towards the west, towards the east. ये confusion है. So I'll teach them there are 3 green zones. Are you able to see? And there are 4 red color. हाँ तो जो अरे वो नहीं है next diagram है. Now this everybody knows, North Pole and South Pole, no confusion at all. That red one, Tropic of Capricorn, and above is Tropic of Cancer. Middle is Equator. This is what? These 2 green? Green में क्या लिखा है? Now then you have to understand here, due to the which oscillatory movement of the earth, what is happening? The winds are deflected towards east or west? West. It is in which hemisphere? Northern hemisphere. And in southern hemisphere, again it is deflected towards the west. It is between which zone? Torrid zone. Chalo abhi globe draw karo. Ek zone we will explain one by one. Pencil. No pencil allowed. Only pencils. This diagram has to be. People learn the entire arrow marks in a very different way. पहले हम लोग proper way में समझेंगे. That is the direction of the wind. Use a kada or something if you have. That is okay. He has done perfectly. चलेगा उसने बना लिया. Use the scale now. In some schools they are saying already Christmas holidays started. Not yet, no?
Schools will start having exams from Jan.
Oh. But normally it is 24th they shut down and 25th. एक स्कूल बोला 10 दिन पहले से हॉलीडेज है. मैं बोला ऐसे क्या कैरल्स में क्या घुस गए क्रिसमस कैरल्स. केयरफुली पहला ये इक्वेटर वो बेल्ट बना. इक्वेटर लो प्रेशर बेल्ट है ना. wherever temperatures are high it is low pressure, wherever temperatures are low it is high pressure. Only draw Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn. वहाँ तक और arrow marks very careful. In northern hemisphere where it is facing, in southern hemisphere where it is facing. Both are turning towards the west. Good. He is using a D. You should take pride in drawing the diagram because 9th standard geography is full of diagrams and you get marks for it. quickly. I have to teach you one more. Two more zones are there.
Capricorn which one?
Cancer is up, Capricorn is down. Because center of the India, Cancer only passes through. Try to pay more attention. Huh? 9th standard geography is not as easy as your 10th. 10th has some technical things like we have topo sheets.
Is it easy?
I cannot say easy, but you have a lot of choices. You can leave certain modules. 9th it is compulsory. You have to select all the modules. Out of 8 modules, you are expected to study only 5.
In 10th?
But one thing, they have numericals, they have topo sheet. Actually, normally 9 says start of data, but they don't implement it very strictly from 9th. Only draw the first one. He is writing. Acha, theek hai. Zone pura likh lo. Don't draw the wind directions because I have to explain that. I've connected all the zones. Wait, you guys are going to take my time. Listen, listen. Then when we look at the down, what is the one? It is north-westerlies. It is moving from where to where? From east to west in southern hemisphere. Whereas you look at in the northern hemisphere, it is where? From again east to west. Are you understanding? Yes. Then when we move to polar westerlies, from west it is moving towards the direction of east. Am I correct?
Yes.
So it is which hemisphere? Northern hemisphere. Whereas when you come to southern hemisphere, again from west, it is moving towards the east. Either there is a change. Now the pressure is high in both zones, north and south pole. So wind is moving up. Are you seeing? Where to where? For the first time we are saying from west to east. Which hemisphere? Southern hemisphere. Whereas in northern hemisphere also it is moving from west to east. Because of which belt? High pressure or low pressure belt?
Low.
High pressure belt. Temperature ज़्यादा है ना? Sorry, temperature कम है तो high pressure belt. Understood? चलो. Only you have to remember which direction to which direction it is moving. That is the only trick. There is no other trick for drawing this diagram. आराम से. And draw it very carefully and neatly. I have to check which direction to which direction it is moving. You have to remember westerlies, easterlies. Westerlies मतलब it is moving towards west to east. Easterlies, east to west. बस नाम उसका क्यों पड़ा? Because of towards east. whenever I come for your batch in Sanpada, I always believe it is Saturday. Unfortunately, today it is
Thursday.
I always believe I will for Sunday. And me university जाने का निश्चय है Sunday. मासे को मैं सारा होता. Early morning the visitors are good.
Yes. So late night also.
Late night. कितना
दस के बाद.
10 के बाद.
हाँ.
If there is a drop. I take my bike 6:45 and I reach at University by 7.
बाइक से जाते तो एकदम
Up to riding में 120 के ऊपर भी टच मारता हूँ तो मुझे लेट हो सकता है that's what क्या करते हैं. And when I'm driving that Belapur and that rural area hills na, it becomes my hands cannot be stretched. Clubs for any club. I was spent down.
Should do I do
Okay? इसको अभी मैं पूछेगा why this is called as easterlies बताएगा?
क्या? क्योंकि सर वो वेस्ट से ईस्ट जा रहा है.
कौन सा? उसको बोलना था मेरे घर पे Give the pen. अरे वो नहीं है, these are winds.
Winds.
ये इंसान है क्या? ये ईस्ट से वेस्ट जा रहा है, वेस्ट से ईस्ट जा रहा है. My English is not as good as yours, so better I don't speak in Hindi. Tomorrow my 12th is having English, I was teaching them. So they said, sir, you might be better English.
So you want pen?
I'm asking pen, after I am correcting, then he's asking. You have read it well?
No, I don't have red. I have green.
Okay. It's not principal series. We are not going to be
थोड़ा प्रॉब्लमैटिक है
कौन सा इसमें क्या रोमांटिक है भाई मैं हर जगह मत कर
अच्छा नहीं लग रहा
ठीक है वो तो होने के लगना बता रहेगा
है
अरे को ये ड्राइंग का हाँ ये कोरियोलिस फोर्स है जो विंड को अपने डायरेक्शन से दूसरे डायरेक्शन में घुमाना I can give good to you, man.
Thank you.
Very neat, clean. तुम लोग ऑटोमेटिकली हो रहे हैं तो आए पूरा रखते हैं ये स्पेस बोला ना पीछे लिखा है अरे जरा लाइफ में नीटनेस क्या है वो भी कुछ नहीं इसके लिए look at a navy officer and you are wearing that white uniform you know what is the punishment you have one small dot should not be there पहला काम आपको लॉन्ड्री में निकालेंगे हाँ every navy officer how to maintain the uniform कभी देखा नेवी ऑफिसर का यूनिफॉर्म में एक डॉट भी है तो क्या है तू नेवल एडमिरल एकदम कचरा छोड़ेगा उधर ही तरह फोटो मार चलो so it was nice coming back with you inform those people that we have finished 1.5 chapter okay they meet in other lectures and if we meet before Christmas I hope if not